Hello, my beauties. Oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't filmed in forever. It's just been crazy the past 2 weeks with reopening my salon, which I'm so excited for, even though only hair is open right now. It's so nice to be back in a salon and just to breathe that salon atmosphere air again. I'm loving it. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Jenifer. I post beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content here 3 times a week. So if you like that type of content, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and definitely hit that bell so that way you're notified every single time I upload. I apologize if the lighting is a little wonky. I am in California and there's a ton of fires right now, so outside my window, it is just so gloomy. It's so dark from all the smoke, and it's actually a really weird moment right now because the sun is shining through all that smoke. So right now it almost looks like sunset because the sun that shines through is very orange. So I'm doing my best, so forgive me if the lighting is not perfect today, but I just had to jump on and do a first impressions / review on Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty line. I have not watched any reviews. I have not watched any tutorials because I wanted to come to you guys with an honest first impressions and honest review. I didn't want anybody else's comments getting into my head or making me sway one side or another with a product. So I just opted to not watch any of those videos. And just as a disclaimer for you guys, I purchased all of these products with my own money. I was not sent anything. I was not paid to talk about this brand in any type of way. So this review and first impressions is coming from somebody who truly paid for these products. They are a consumer. I was not sent anything in PR. So this is as honest and as real as it's gonna get. And that is always how I run my channel here. So without further ado, if you want to see how I created this look, what my first impressions are, and what products pass and which ones fail, then keep on watching. Alright you guys, so to start, I'm going to try her Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer, and this says it's a weightless universal gel primer enriched with ultra fine pearls for a lit from within glow. So I'm really excited to try this, and this retails for $26. And just to try it, since I have so many primers I need to use up, I decided to go with the travel size, and the travel size retails for $14. So this is what it looks like. The packaging is absolutely beautiful. I love that it's just very minimalistic. It's very simple, it's clean. I just love the way it looks, and it is a pump. And before we get started, I think I'm gonna throw my hair back real quick so I don't get anything in my hair. So just one pump, a good decent amount came out. It does have a nice pretty iridescence to it. First impressions on this product, it's very lightweight, it feels nice. It doesn't have a scent to it really. It just smells clean, but not even like skincare clean, if that makes sense. It just smells almost like unscented lotion, if that's even a smell, which I think would honestly be great for those that are very sensitive when it comes to smells. Yeah, I don't smell anything. So just looking at the primer, I do see a little bit of glow, so that's great. I'm going to go in with the foundation next. So this foundation is called the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. I picked it up in the shade 210N and 230N. I am typically a light medium with neutral undertones, so I just grabbed both of these because at my local Sephora they won't swatch any testers for you. But I did hear that some Sephoras will swatch certain things when you ask. So if you're at a Sephora and they'll try and match you, definitely ask them to. I personally don't like using the shade finder that Sephora offers because every single time I've used it, it is so wrong, like 4 shades wrong. So So I just like to do it myself or to just go on and read it. So because it is a liquid foundation and it's lightweight, I generally like to shake my liquid foundations just because I feel like sometimes things separate as they sit. So I'm just gonna shake it. And this foundation retails for $29. And it is, according to Sephora or Rare Beauty, it is a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feels barely there while providing buildable medium to full coverage with a natural finish. So I'm excited to try this. So I'm going to start out trying the shade 210N, and if it doesn't match, I'll try a little bit of the 230. So I just wanted to point this out as I'm shaking it. I don't know if you guys can see, but some oil is leaking out from the cap. So just be careful, I guess, when you shake that. Normally, I would think that products would be sealed well enough that that doesn't happen. So here is what the applicator looks like. It's just a giant doe foot. The foundation really doesn't have a smell, so I'm just going to start with that and see kind of what happens. And because it is kind of liquidy, I thought what I would do is apply half of my face with a brush and then the other half with a beauty blender and see if there's a difference in application. It's blending out really nicely, and the shade 210 is a pretty good match for me. Just being transparent, I do see myself probably using at least 2 coats of this foundation, mainly because I do have acne scars, so I do prefer a really full coverage foundation. But overall, the finish is beautiful. It blends gorgeous as well. There's really no dragging, and I would say also, as far as oxidation goes, it's really not changing drastically. I know sometimes with foundations that I've tried, you go to put them on, it looks great, and then like 15 minutes later, when it starts to oxidize, it changes so much, and you're like, what the heck just happened? So this isn't doing it. I love this. Now, I will say, just from the one coat, I can see I need more, or I want to add more. However, on days when I'm just running out the door, I really don't want heavy foundation, or even to work, I think it would do well. I could see myself just applying one coat of this and being totally happy for the day. So depending on what type of coverage you like, I definitely see the buildable part to it. And overall, it's really pretty. It made my skin look so gorgeous. And like I mentioned in my intro, I'm so sorry if the lighting is so terrible in this video. With California and these fires, like, the air outside is atrocious for obvious reasons. So for those of you that are not in California right now, outside my house, it looks very overcast, and with the sun shining, it almost looks like sunset right now instead of daytime, because there is such a orange pigmentation in the air, and with the sun beaming through the smoke, it's just a weird lighting. So I do know that I can see in the lens that it's kind of doing some weird things. So I'm very sorry that the lighting is not the best today, but I will try and tweak it so that way you guys at least have a good, decent video. Okay, so moving on to the other half of my face, I'm going to apply it. I'm going to apply it directly to my skin and then blend it out with a beauty blender. I have to say, I really do like the doe foot applicator. I'm going to do a little more on that side since I can already tell. I don't like liquid foundations where you have to pour it out. I feel like I always end up wasting product when I have to pour out the foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a tad. Okay, so when I get a close-up of my skin, to be honest, looking at it closely, I would say that this side where I use the Beauty Blender gave me a little bit more coverage than using a brush. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just going to go back in areas where I want more coverage. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more and blend it out with my Beauty Blender. So I can already tell that with a second coat, this is definitely giving me more coverage than the first, obviously, but it's right around the type of coverage I love, which is full. So I would say with one full coat and then a touch-up of where you want a little extra product is the way to go versus 2 full coats of foundation, if that makes sense. So instead of reapplying the foundation everywhere, I would just concentrate it on where you want the extra coverage, because you want to remember too, you're going to go in with concealer as well. Okay, so that about does it for the foundation. So next I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty concealer, and I picked up the shade 130N, and this says it's a moisturizing buildable concealer that melts seamlessly into the skin for undetectable cake-free coverage. And the concealer retails for $19 and you get 0.25 fluid ounces. So not too bad. And because I had to shake the foundation, I'm just gonna shake this just a hair. So I'm just gonna take my Beauty Blender again, because that is what I always blend my concealer out with. So for this video and this review, I do want to keep it as consistent as possible to what my normal routine is. So first impressions, it's a nice concealer. It's very thin in consistency. I'm used to a thicker concealer like Shape Tape or something like that, and it is a little bit thinner, but it's not bad. Like, it blended out beautifully. It melted into the skin and it's not appearing cakey. So basically it did, in my opinion, what it says it would do. So the next item I picked up was the Blot and Glow Touch-Up Kit, and it is the translucent kit like that, and it says a refillable compact containing oil-absorbing sheets and a radiant powder-infused puff for easy touch-ups on the go. And this retailed for $26, and it came in a little plastic sleeve, which is cute. Okay, so this is a really nice compact. I'm gonna see if I can do it without blinding you guys. So here's the powder infused puff and in your blotting pads right there, your sheets. Okay, so I just took out the powder puff, and it says that it already has, it is a velvety puff pre-filled with a universal talc-free radiant powder. So to be 100% honest, like, I'm not feeling any powder on this. I don't know. Let me see. I was thinking that it would at least have a little more powder that would come out, especially if you're buying the kit for $26. And it doesn't even look like she sells a setting powder separately. It looks like she only sells the pre-filled powder puffs. So this is honestly not working for me. There's no powder coming out whatsoever, and I have to set my base. So I'm just gonna reach for my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder so I can set my face and move on. This powder, just as a side note, is amazing. It was in my Can You Beat Me video, so if you haven't seen that, I will link it above and down below for you guys. But I just love this powder. It makes the skin look so gorgeous. And I want to set my face before I start creasing everywhere. Okay, so I just finished powdering my face. Overall, I think my skin looks beautiful. The foundation seems to lay nicely on the skin. I'm not seeing any weird texture. I'm not seeing crumbles of the foundation. So overall, I really am enjoying this finish. I think it looks beautiful. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna go off camera, apply my bronzer, and I'll be right back to finish this look with you guys. Okay, so one thing I'm already noticing when I went to go apply my bronzer is that the foundation started to move underneath. So it does, like on my cheeks, wherever I applied a bronzer, you do see that rippling effect where the product moved under me setting my powder. And I usually don't get that. I use this Wet n Wild powder every day. I use the same bronzer all the time. So I know it's not those two products because they've always worked for me without giving me that textured effect. So that's one thing that I'm just not loving so far. I even have it on my forehead. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the foundation. It looks beautiful, but at the same time, since I'm wearing it all day, I cannot have it move. And if it moves when I do my bronzer, that's kind of like an instant no for me. But let's see how it wears for the rest of this video, and I will give you my final thoughts at the end. So the next Rare Beauty item I picked up is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer. It's a silky second skin liquid highlight that creates a lasting lit from within glow. And this is in the color Outshine. And these also retail for $22. So this one is a gold color, it's really pretty. So the doe applicator on this is very huge, which is kind of interesting because usually you don't want something too big. You want something a little on the smaller side so that way you can place it precisely where you want it. But let me just swatch it for you guys. It is very gold. Can you see how pigmented that is? It's really a pretty color though. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on my finger and I'm just gonna like stamp it on. It's very, very subtle, but it is really, really pretty. It's definitely a lit from within glow. It's not like your typical highlighter, I would say, where you would get a full-on glow. Now I do know that she has several of these shades, so maybe there's one that's like a beaming highlight glow, but this gold one is not. So I don't know, you can see it in the camera, like it's beautiful. It's great for those natural daytime looks. If you wanted something for work, this would be perfect. I'm just gonna apply a little bit under my brow bone. So it's really, really pretty. You can see it in the light. Like a hello, I'm here. So this is really pretty. I like the way it looks. It's just very natural, and what I'm loving is that it's not moving on the skin. Like it's not separating like the foundation did. So that's a plus. So she doesn't have any eye products. So what I thought I would do is go off camera really quick, do my eyes, and I will be back to finish off the rest of this look because she does have several lip products that I did pick up. So I will be right back. Okay, you guys, I am back. And I did something really easy on my eyes today. I'm not going anywhere, obviously, because of the smoky conditions. It's just not somewhere, I just don't want to go outside. So what I used on my eyes, I used my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize pot, which is this one. I just applied it all over the lid, put some liner and lashes on, and boom, I was done. This is in the shade Golden Eclipse, and I mentioned it several times in my Nordstrom videos, so if you haven't seen those, go check those out. But moving on to more rare beauty items, it is the lips that are up next. So this is the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm, and I got it in the shade Appreciate. It says a hydrating, fuss-free balm that adds a hint of just kissed color and soft shine. And this retails for $16. So this again is the shade Appreciate, and it's a chocolatey brown color. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this is what it looks like. Beautiful color, like very chocolatey, perfect for fall and winter. Adds a hint of just kissed color. I was thinking it was going to be basically translucent, you know, almost similar to the YSL ones where they add a hint of color, but it's not really a color. This one's like truly a color. It's really pretty. So once again, that is the lip balm. It retails for $16. I'm going to show you the other two lipsticks I got, because they are the Soft Matte Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream Lipsticks. I got the brown one, which is in the shade Thrilling, so it's another chocolatey brown. And you guys know me, I love browns, so I really wanted to pick this up and try it. What it looks like. The darker brown is the matte lip color, and then the lighter brown is the lip balm. And then I also picked it up in this shade, which is called Ascend. It is the hot pink one. This is more of a almost like a berry hot pink. It's very pretty though. So I think for today's look, I'm gonna go in with the brown. I want to try the chocolate brown lip souffle, which is the Thrilling shade. Okay, you guys, so this color is so beautiful. Like, I'm living for this color. This is once again the shade in Thrilling, and it is chocolate brown. It's so pretty. It feels very much like a lip balm on the lips. So I'm really excited to see how this lasts through eating, drinking, because basically that is all I do all day, is I eat and I drink and I snack. That is my life. So for fall, this is everything. I'm living for it. So that's basically all I picked up from the Rare Beauty collection. Let me just run through my favorites and my not so favorites. Now keep in mind, this is coming from somebody who purchased these items with their own money. I did not receive anything in PR. I am not paid to give certain thoughts or opinions. This is just an opinion coming from somebody who spent their money on these products to review them for you guys. Now with that being said, I will say a couple things first. Her brand, Rare Beauty, overall, I love the concept of it. It reminds me of Flower Beauty, of Honest Beauty. You know, Jessica Alba's line is Honest Beauty. Drew Barrymore's line is Flower Beauty. And it's designed for those that love a natural, very minimal makeup look. And that is where I would categorize her makeup line. Now, with that being said, first, let's start with the primer, foundation, concealer. The primer was nice. Did it wow me? No. It did give me a little glow, but not a glow like that I get with the like the YSL Blurring Primer. This one gives me a little bit more of a glow. The foundation. Now, I did mention earlier that I'm not sure what caused the rippling effect in my foundation when I applied my bronzer. I don't know if it was more on the primer side or the foundation side, and I did mention I used my Wet n Wild powder. I use this almost every day. I used my Benefit Hoola bronzer, which I use almost every day. So those two for me have never budged, have never crimpled my makeup or separated. So for that, I'm on the fence. What I am going to do, just to be 100% honest and transparent with you guys, I am going to try the foundation again because I thought the finish was beautiful. The color, dog, snoring. I thought the color was beautiful. The finish was beautiful. It does feel very lightweight on the skin, but I am going to try it with my YSL primer, and I will let you guys know in the description if that changed at all, because if I don't get that with the YSL primer, then most likely it had to do with the Rare Beauty primer. So I will update you guys on that. Moving on to concealer. I thought it blended out beautifully. It did cover nicely. Is it my all-time favorite concealer? Probably not. I typically like a heavier concealer just because for me personally, I have a huge dark blue vein under this eye. So when I conceal, I like to cover that. It's very close to the surface, as in it's a very fat vein. So it is very, very blue, and I can still see through it. However, if I was running out, I wanted essentially a no makeup look. This foundation, this concealer would be perfect for me, because with a no makeup look, you're not looking to cover every imperfection. You are just looking to essentially even out your skin tone, just give you a little color, but nothing crazy. So moving on to the Blot and Glow Kit Retouch Translucent Powder. For me, this was a no-go. I like the concept, I like the idea. I just wish that there was more product in the powder puff. I know sometimes with people that get very oily, they need a little bit more powder. I struggled with this thing for like 10 minutes off camera, just trying to get powder out, and I felt nothing. I was even like hitting the powder puff against my hand, did not see any powder in the air. So I'm not sure, maybe I just got a faulty product, who knows, but just from trying this one, it didn't do it for me. And I think for the price, you know, you can get blotting papers and a setting powder at a much more affordable cost. So for me, that is a big no. So for the lip balm, once again, the shade I got was Appreciate. It was the brown one. I loved the color. I loved the feel of it. I felt it on my hand. Overall, I would say give this a try. It is pigmented, so for $16, I feel like you're at least getting your money's worth. The only gripe I have is the case rotates. That's the only thing I don't like. I think they just need a stronger magnet, but like I said, people don't buy this for the magnet or for the case, they buy it for the product. So I will be trying this out to give it a little bit more of an in-depth review. But just at first impressions, I love the color and I liked the formulation. And then for the lip souffles, I love this color. This is the Thrilling, the one I'm wearing. I love it. It feels good on the lips. It's still smooth. It's matte, but my lips do not feel dry at all. And I have dry lips like nobody's business, like all the time. 100% all the time. So this 100% recommend. I think the pink color is beautiful as well, and if it is anything like this brown shade as far as formulation, which it has to be, then I definitely say give these a try. I think they're great. If you love brown lipsticks, brown shades, at least pick this one up. If you had to pick up one product from this entire line, I would say this 100% for sure. I almost forgot the highlight. So I like the color of the highlight, being 100% honest. However, for me personally, I like more of a glow when I do my makeup. You know what I mean? Like when the sun hits, I want it to be like, bam, you see me. I can stop traffic, but I don't want it to be overpowering. So this for me is a no, simply because it's just, for the price, I can get a better highlight product. It just didn't do it for me. The shade range though for the highlights is stunning. She really chose some beautiful, beautiful colors. So I love the shade range, but just for me personally, I like a little bit more of a glow. Like as you can see, it's very, very faint. So I want something a little bit more with a punch. So for that reason, that's a no for me. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions / review. Let me know down in the comments if you picked up anything, what you like, what didn't work for you, or if you haven't picked up anything, what do you have your eye on? I would love to know. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on your way out if you're new. And I will see you guys all very soon. Bye guys.